Everyone in the village was talking. They said David, the rich young man who drove the latest cars, was living a double life. By day, he looked like a billionaire, but at night, people whispered that something followed him home, something no one dared to speak of aloud. One cold evening, as David returned from a party, a strange coffin began rolling behind him, slowly, silently, as if it knew his name. The whole street froze. Mothers dragged their children inside. Men shut their doors. And David, he was left standing alone, his heart pounding, staring at the coffin that would not stop. David was known as one of the richest young men in town. He wore expensive clothes, drove big cars, and people called him the Golden Boy. But what nobody knew was the strange secret that haunted him. That night, after the coffin first appeared, David tried to laugh it off. "Maybe it's just my eyes," he whispered to himself, walking faster. But the coffin rolled faster too. Each time he turned a corner, it turned as well, following him as if it was alive. "Who is there?" David shouted, his voice trembling. No answer, only the sound of wood dragging against the road. When he finally reached his mansion, he ran inside, slamming the door. He thought it was over, but when he looked through the window, the coffin was right there at his gate waiting. Fear gripped him. He called his friends, but they refused to come. "David, don't joke with these things like this," one said before hanging up. His mother tried to pray over the phone, but her voice was shaking. That night, David could not sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the coffin, and in his dream, a voice whispered, "You took what does not belong to you. Now the dead will not let you rest." David woke up sweating, his heart racing. He realized this was not just a nightmare. Something dark had truly come for him. The next morning, David tried to convince himself it was only fear. He dressed up, put on his gold wristwatch, and drove out to meet his friends at the city club. Laughter filled the air, music was loud, and for a moment, he forgot the coffin. But as he stepped outside the club at midnight, his smile disappeared. Parked right beside his car was the coffin. No one else saw it, only David. His legs shook. He dropped his car keys. "This is madness," he screamed, running into his car and speeding off. But no matter how fast he drove, when he stopped at a red light, the coffin was there. When he turned left, it turned left. When he turned right, it turned right. The coffin was following him like a shadow. David could no longer keep it a secret. He rushed to his pastor's house the next morning. Falling on his knees, he cried, "Man of God, please help me. Something is after me." The pastor prayed, but suddenly he stopped and looked David in the eyes. "Tell me the truth, what have you done?" Tears rolled down David's face. He confessed, years ago, before he became rich, he had visited a shrine. The native doctor told him, "If you want wealth, bring something precious from your family." Out of greed, David sacrificed his late father's grave. He allowed the spirit of his father to be exchanged for riches. Now the coffin was his father's spirit, restless, angry, and demanding justice. The pastor shook his head in fear. "David, you sold your own blood for money. The coffin will not leave you until the price is fully paid." That night, the coffin did not only wait outside. This time, it entered his bedroom. The sound of the lid creaking open filled the air. David screamed until his voice broke. Inside the coffin was a rotten hand pointing straight at him. "Return what you stole," a ghostly voice whispered, "or you will join me inside." David collapsed on the floor, trembling, his wealth meaning nothing anymore. He realized his darkest secret was now exposed, and his time was running out. David's wealth could no longer protect him. Each night, the coffin appeared closer and closer until it stood at the edge of his bed. He could feel the icy wind of death surrounding him. His gold, his cars, his mansion, none of them could save him from the curse he brought upon himself. Finally, one night, David collapsed to the ground, crying out, "Father, forgive me. I chose money over blood. I chose greed over love. Please, Let me go free. But it was too late. The coffin lid opened wide and the voice thundered, the price must be paid. David screamed, but no one could help him. By morning, his servants found him lifeless, lying on the floor, his eyes wide open in terror, and a coffin shape marked on the ground beside him. His riches became worthless, and his story became a warning for the whole town. Moral lessons. Greed can destroy even the richest man. When you trade your family or your soul for money, peace will leave you forever. Wealth without God is a curse, not a blessing. No secret is hidden forever. Sooner or later, the truth will come to light. Dear viewers, thank you for watching this story. I hope it touched your heart and taught you something important. Please don't let greed blind you. Life is more precious than gold. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to my channel, click the bell, like, comment and share with your friends. Your support helps me bring more powerful and life-changing stories to you. Stick with this channel. More shocking and inspiring stories are coming. God bless you for staying with me till the end.